the sound works. When is my TV going to start working again? Send help. Send help. Hoping you guys can hear me. Let's see. What the hell's going on with this TV? Come on, TV. Don't break my heart like this. Yo, Huntsman! Can you hear me? Let me know. Steve can hear me! That's what's up! Hell yeah. Thank you, Huntsman, confirming that you can hear me. I'm struggling with my TV remote. What's up, WB? And who the F is Danny is in the building already? Danny, lovely to see you here. So punctually, we just restarted the stream because I was having, and I still am having technical difficulties. I'm currently struggling to take batteries out of my TV remote with one hand. But we're here, we're live, we're active, and thank you to whoever just hit the like button. Listen, guys, I'm going to need all of your help tonight because, once again, I'm having technical problems. My TV's not working, can't get the tunes on. We've had to restart the stream, so it's been a rocky start, everybody, but I'm hoping. I know it's going to be another good stream. So W to everyone that's in the chat, W Danny, W Eva, who says, I'm so happy to be here. Well, Eva, I'm so happy to have you here with me. It's always nice when you're in the chat being positive, vibing along with us. And you know what? It's getting the stream off to a great start. The Buddies is already complaining, well, not complaining, but the Buddies is already highlighting the lack of music, saying, are you putting tunes back on? And yes, I am, the Buddies. Hello to you too. As soon as we can get the tunes back on, the tunes are going back on, because right now, I'm struggling. Danny says, have you tried streaming on laptop? Danny, I've got so many exciting things coming, legitimately. I'm going to do a desktop stream soon. I just bought the desk today, guys. I've not got the new laptop yet, not got the new camera, but the desk has been bought. It's been paid for. That's the same as buying it, bumming, guys, and I'm really excited to share it with you. My parents were at IKEA today, and I gave them some instructions. I was like, listen, Mum and Dad, you know I'm streaming on YouTube at the moment. It's going well. I'm having a lot of fun, but I need to get to the next level. I need to start doing some desktop streams with some proper lighting and just a proper setup, basically. And they were like, all right, cool. Let us know what you need. And I did. So we've got a desk coming on my Instagram when I've got it set up. And yeah, we're going to set up a little room, like I said to you before, guys. Then you can see through that door over there. There is another room, and in that room I'm going to do my streaming from. So I really appreciate everyone that jumps on the stream with me, that vibes along, because this is the low quality era. Soon we're going to be in the new high quality era where internet's not going to be a problem, hopefully, because my router's through there, and I realised I plugged my laptop straight into the Ethernet cable. So my internet, which is trying to disrail my vibe, trying to disrupt the stream through the internet, we're going to make it work. So big up to everybody that's bearing with me. I really appreciate you joining me when we're having such low quality streams. I won't even try and lie to you, because I watch streams back sometimes and I'm like, wow, this is really laggy and really low quality. So if you're here and you're vibing along with me and you enjoy the streams, then I appreciate you very much, because like I say, it's going to be a new era very soon. And love to everybody who's thrown up emojis, who's getting busy in the chat, who's liking the stream. It all really helps. If you're out there, hit that like button and let's keep the energy strong. So getting back to the chat. Danny says, how are you? Danny, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. It's been another day at work, but I knew I was hopping back on stream with you, and for real, they get me pumped up. They get me excited, and it's nice to share some time with you. For me, it's the evening, so I hope you guys have had a lovely day. Maybe it's the morning. I know we have that one Aussie mountain biker who watches from Australia, and he joins at like 6:30 in the morning. If you're starting your day, good morning to you. And how are you doing as well, Danny? It's so rude of me, I didn't ask. Huntsman says, yo, Edward, I'm watching Ghost Adventures right now, so if I don't chat too much that way, fair enough, Huntsman. I cannot compete with the Ghost Adventures for the level of entertainment. You know, ghosts, I mean, I try and be entertaining, but ghosts, that's kind of next level. If you're not busy in the chat, no hard feelings, mate. And speaking of chat, let me catch up with it. So, what else have we got in here? I've answered Danny's comment. Eva is back in the chat and says, my little cousin, 6 years old, is coming on Friday, and I've made him a basket of presents, but it's hidden, so he has to find it. Nice. I've never had a boo basket. I don't think I've even heard of a boo basket. So W Eva, and W to your cousin, who hopefully will have fun finding that. All right, what's up? Zoe's XOXO says, hello, Edward. They initially said, hello, Edwards, but changed it to hello, Edward. What's up to you, XOXO? Nice to see you. Don't think I've seen you here before. So it's good to have you here with us. And Naya is also a newcomer to the chat, who says, what a British accent. Yes, indeed, Naya, I am proud English, which is where I'm streaming to you from right now, the north of England. So if you're out there, as always, chat, you know to know where you're watching from. I love seeing people tuning from all over the world. In fact, it's one of my favourite parts about streaming. We get people that watch from India. I was about to say Asia, that's not a country, but from India, all countries across Asia. One of our great mods is from Indonesia. We had someone on the chat from China last night, but also lots of Americans, Canadians, and in Europe and Africa as well. So if you're out there, or the Middle East, so if you're out there, jump in the chat. You'll be very welcome, and I want to hear where you're from, everybody. Indie Dog says hi. What's up to you, Indie Dog? How is it going? Nice to see you in the chat. I don't think I've seen you here before. Like I always say, it's so to have the regulars jump on the stream, and the tunes are back, winning. Like I say, it's always really nice to have people here back in the stream with us. But it's also nice people say hello. So if that's you, I promise you, jump in the chat, say hello, and you'll be made very, very welcome by our awesome chat members. So just for context, my name is Edward. I'm streaming from England. And stream is all about good vibes, positive energy, coming together wherever we may be from, and just hanging out. That's what this is about. It's about hanging out and chilling and spreading some good energy. So big up to everybody that joins the space, jumps in the chat, leaves a nice comment, say, hey, what's up? It's all appreciated. All right, Kaylin Crickmore's here as well. What's up to you, Kaylin? Nice to see you. Oh, and XOXO says, Withered Boy X is my friend. Hell yeah, you're friends with WB. Love to see it. So XOXO, if you're watching, did WB, Withered Boy, tell you about the stream, or did you find the stream? Let me know. Steve Harrington is dropping W's in the chat. Always sending big W's back to Steve for keeping it real and being a nice person generally. So big up to you, Steve. What else have we got in here? Kaylin says, I was in the middle of trying to win 10K on 8-ball pool, but saw you live and quit the match to join you. Oh, Kaylin, that is so nice. Like I was saying before, Huntsman is watching Ghosts right now, and he's like, listen, if I'm not here, it's because I'm watching Ghosts. And you left the 8-ball pool, and you quit the match to join the stream. So W Kaylin. So everybody give Kaylin some love in the chat. That's what's up. Let me catch up with the comments. N17 Roughness, can you sing? I can sing, but how well is another matter. And you know what, guys, who sing, and we'll have to do it for like special subscriber counts. 500 subs, guys. When we hit 500 subs, we're going to do the house tour. And actually, if you've watched for a couple of weeks now, you know that chat a 200 subs Roblox stream. So I promise you guys, it's coming. I'm a man of my word. Got a Roblox stream coming, and if and when we hit 500 subs, I'm going to show you around my little house. So that could be fun as well. All right, what else have we got? Oh, okay. So is it Nia or Naya? So Naya is saying it's Nia, bro. Not okay. It's Nia, bro. Not Naya, respectfully. So Nia, am I saying it correctly now? Is your name pronounced Nia, or am I saying it wrong? Let me know. Spell it out in the chat. Mango Beard Picker, if you're still watching, because I'm slow on the messages, says hi from the Caribbean. Thank you so much for sharing. Legitimately, it is super cool and satisfying for me as a tiny little streamer to get people checking in from all over the world and saying, yo, what's up, Gasker? Or yo, what's up from China? Or yo, what's up from the Caribbean? I find that really exciting. So thank you, Mango Bird Picker, for sharing. And hello back to you from England. XOXO says, I'm a big fan from the Britons. That's what's up, XOXO. Energy. Nice. And Hunt's talking about his poorly hand. He's had carpal tunnel wrist syndrome. Huntsman is one of our awesome mods. And he says, yo, I think my hand is starting to get better. It's still numb, but it's way less numb. So yeah, I think it's healing naturally somehow. Well, natural remedies are the best remedies, Huntsman. So glad to hear it. T&O Pop says, you're a wizard, Harry. I don't know. People say this about Harry Potter. Is it just because I'm English and wear glasses? But I suppose I do have the scar on my head, chat, so that makes sense for the Potter reference. And speaking of chat, if you're out there, if you're watching right now and you're vibing along, hit the like button. If you've not subscribed already, we stream 5 days of the week here. And like I was telling the chat just a few minutes ago, things are going up a level. I've just bought a new desk. I'm buying a new camera, buying a light. I'm looking like £100 light. Thank you to whoever just hit the like button. That really helps. W whoever just hit the like button. And yeah, guys, listen, like I say, people have been having a lot of fun. I've been having fun. We've been getting a lot of regulars back on the chat. But at the same time, this is the low grade era. This is like me sat in my living room with just my phone, no proper lighting. So soon things are going to be better, and I think you're going to enjoy it because I'm looking forward to it. Steve Harrington has been another real one and says, I was in the middle of a game on Roblox, but I could not miss this stream. Hell yeah, Steve. Love that energy. Absolutely W energy from Steve. And to be honest with you guys, you make this a lot of fun for me. So if you're out there and you enjoy the streams and you enjoy hanging out, chilling with me, big shout out to you because you make this an awesome experience. And he says, you missed my comment. Let me go back, Danny. Let me catch up with the comment. And while I'm catching up with yours, let me say hello to Jazz, who is here watching all the way from Canada. And Jazz, I thank you for accepting my IG request. It was nice to connect with you on there. And can I just say, you look like the sort of person, hopefully you're listening, but Jazz, you look like the sort of person who would be a lot of fun to hang out with in real life. So W Jazz. And W everyone that's here on the stream. I'm going to go back up with some more comments. And do not worry, Danny, if you're still watching, I'm going to go back and find your comment, but let me quickly catch up with the top of the chat. And one of those comments is Music Enjoyer, who says, the GOAT is live. Music Enjoyer, what a way to make an entrance. Double Music Enjoyer. For real, guys, I've said this before and I'll say it again. When people hop in the chat and the first thing they say is positive, I absolutely love it. I buzz off it. And that's not because it's like a compliment to me or people are like, yo, you're a great streamer. It's not about that. But if just someone jumps in the chat and they're like, hey, what's up? I love it because you're bringing the type of energy that I want to see on stream. And that's all the energy we focus on around here. There's a lot of negative stuff online, but in this stream, it's all about good vibes coming together from all over the world. People watch from a very global range, like before, people from all over the world. So if you're out there, let's lock in, hit subscribe, and we're back 5 days of the week. And big up to you as well, Music Enjoyer. I think I already said that, but I want to say it again. Sevi Ballesteros says, can I tell you something? Go ahead, Sevi, I'd love to hear it. And Billy Ashworth says, got a question, mate. I've booked my first therapy session. Any tips? Billy, great question. Honestly, I would just say, go for it. Don't be afraid. It's nerve-wracking, but just give it your best shot. Be honest. And that person you're going to speak is there for you. So if you feel silly for sharing stuff, don't feel silly because that therapist or the counsellor, whoever they may be, they're there for you and they're there for you to share what you're feeling and going through. So just go for it, Billy. Give it your best shot. That's my advice to you. Right. Danny, I'm going to scroll up and find your comment really quick. Let me catch up. Okay, it's Nia. Thank you, Nia Saji. Hopefully I've got your second name well, so thank you, Nia, for correcting me. Danny, I'm on the hunt for your comment. Let me see what it says. And as always, guys, if I miss your comment, please don't be offended. It's just you guys are doing an awesome keeping the chat popping off. So I sometimes miss the comments, but just chuck it below again and I'll see it. Okay, so Danny says, I'm going okay, just been sick for a while, having to put a psychiatrist to get tested for ADHD, so I'm pretty nervous. Well, Danny, same advice to you, if you're still watching. I know it's natural to be it's natural to be nervous, it's a nerve-wracking experience, but in my opinion, those sorts of appointments, they give you answers, and the more you have, the more you know about yourself, the more you understand about where you're at and what you're going through. It's good. And honestly, the ADHD thing, don't even trip, as they say. Like I got diagnosed with ADHD when I was 23, and personally for me that was a positive experience because it gave me answers. It helped me understand more about myself. So yeah, even if you get to ADHD, regardless what the answer is, the outcome is, don't worry. Just take it in your stride and take it as an opportunity to learn more about yourself, or connect more with yourself, and just move forward. So wishing you well on that, Danny. All right, guys. That being said, let me catch up with the comments. And Abby is in the chat. What's up to you, Abby? Salutely. And she says, hey, Edward, I hope you're well. Hello, everyone. Peace and love. Another chat member who jumps right in the stream and immediately brings lovely positive energy. So, Abby, thank you so much for saying hello. I'm doing pretty good, like I was telling the chat. It's been work today, but I'm jumping on with you guys. And also, excitingly, I've bought a new desk. So, as I've told you many times before, and you can see from the poor quality, right now it's just me on my phone in my living room, chilling over with some pretty poor internet. But I bought a new desk, we're buying a new camera, we're buying all sorts of stuff. Well, not all sorts of stuff, but the stuff I need basically. And soon it's going to be a new era. So if you're here and you're rocking with me now and still having fun, I appreciate you so much. And honestly, guys, I'm spending a few hundred quid. Like I'm literally spending more than a few hundred quid. I'm spending a good amount of money, guys. And I want to do that because I want the production value to be better. The internet's going to be better because we're going to be plugged straight into the router. So I want it just to be better because it's better quality for you guys. If you're enjoying the vibes, enjoying the stream, then as I say, when there's better lighting, the quality's clearer, I think we're going to have even more fun. So with that being said, Coco saying, so XOXO is normally said Coco. Well, Coco, thank you for correcting me. Steve says, you're the best streamer I've ever met. Well, Steve, that is very complimentary of you to say, and I appreciate it, legitimately. And I'm glad you're having fun, mate. Honestly, for real. I'm glad that you're having a good time because that's what it's about. If you're here and if I'm having a good time, and the chat's having a good time, that's what it's all about as far as I'm concerned. If only I'm having a good time and the chat's hating it, I'm doing something wrong. If the chat's loving it, I'm not having fun, then it's not gonna last forever. But right now, if you're having fun, I'm having fun. It's all good. It's all love. And Steve says, can everyone please subscribe to me? Yeah, definitely, guys. I always encourage people that are in the chat, make friends with one another, for other people's profiles, follow other people's channels. Like we've got some other small content creators up in here, so support small creators, and then we all grow together. Music Enjoyer says, what kind of music do you like? Great question, Music Enjoyer, and very apt for your name. Well, ask me this, honestly, it's probably not a very satisfying answer because the truth is I love all different types of music. Like, for real, there's not, like right now, for example, I've got some Kendrick Lamar, like, some hip-hop in the background. I love classical music. I love pop music. I love rock music, metal, jazz on the other night, like reggae, dub, all of these different types. Like things that are more like world music, or some people might call world, like from a Western point of view, it'd be like world music. So I don't know, maybe like reggaeton or Le Compo. Someone was on last night about like some African music. So yeah, honestly, music enjoy. I love all sorts of music. And speaking of music, guys, we're going to take more song requests this stream as always. So drop them down in the chat and I'll catch up with them when I can. All right, back to the comments. Huntsman's got a blister on his legs. I'm not laughing at the blister, Huntsman. I'm just laughing because I didn't expect that comment. But I'm glad you got some treatment for it. Yeah, and big up to everybody showing Danny support, including Abby, who says, "Danny, wish you peace and healing. You're not alone." W chat. Lindsay Upcraft is here with a new profile picture. What's up to you, Lindsay? Can I just say, guys, W to the chat, because as always, you're doing me proud. Like, if I was going on about, like, good vibes and positivity, but then the chat, like, hate comments and nastiness, I feel pretty bleak. But you always do an absolutely good job of keeping it really upbeat, really friendly and welcoming. And, yeah, literally, shout out everybody that jumps in the chat and says, hey, and hope. Eva says, I feel like if we slowed down on comments, leaving kind comments, bonding with everyone, also not being, but when someone joins, of course say hi, but please don't act like a caretaker. Edward is there. Well, thank you for that, Eva. And I, again, love that kind energy because you know what, for real, guys, if you join a stream, or if I join a stream, and you hop in the chat and people are like, hi, what's the chat? You're immediately like, oh, nice, that's cool. Whereas sometimes you jump in a chat and it's like everyone feels like it's a little club and you're not in it, and everyone's got humour that you don't get. So when people are welcoming and nice, as I say, it's a huge win. Kaylin says, I'm kind of nervous. I'm being tested for autism and I'm doing counselling, but I can't speak for anyone because I don't trust anyone and I don't know what to do. Well, I'm sure that people have already given you some nice, oh, hell yeah. Can I just quick to Dr. Stuart B, who says, this dude looks like the chillest Brit ever. W. Edward. Doctor, if you're still watching, huge W to you, because if you're new here, I think you are based on your username. That's exactly the type of energy we love around here. That's literally what this stream is about. It's about good vibes, hanging out, being nice, being chill, and just getting to know one another. So, Dr. Stu, thank you so much for joining, and W to you as well. Judith Woodward is here as well. Says, hi, what's up, Judith? Nice to see you. Judith is another person who, not mistaken, it's Judith Blackwood, I believe, actually. So, Judith Woodward, if we've not seen you here before, which I don't think we have, hello to you. Unless I'm confusing you with the Judith that comes on. But I think it's a Judith Blackwood, so let me know, Judith. Is this your first time here in the chat? Oh, yeah, and back to Kaylin. So, yeah, Kaylin, do not worry about the tests you're having for real. Like, it's scary, but again, like I was saying to, it was Danny. It was Danny? I believe it was Danny. Yeah, it was Danny. Like I was saying to Danny before, the more you have, the more you know about yourself. So don't be afraid whether you've got autism, whether you don't have autism. It's just knowing yourself better and understanding yourself more. So go for it. Jazz says, glad you can put a face on me now, lol. I'm just driving around in my truck now listening, lol. Yeah, you know what, Jazz? I was hoping you were going to hop on stream because I wanted to say to you, like, I'm not in any way like a sexist guy. Like anyone that knows me in real life will tell you I'm not. But the truth is that when I think like tow truck drivers, I don't necessarily think of women. So W Jazz for repping all the gals out there in the tow trucking industry. And I'm probably out of just probably loads of female tow truckers now. But I just thought it was kind of fun. So yeah, shout out to you, Jazz, always. With the boys saying hi. What's up to you, WB? And Steve says, Edward, I'm really so sorry. My battery's 1% for playing a Roblox so much. I got to go charge it. See you over, including Edward. Have an amazing night/day. Smiley. Steve, if your battery hasn't died on you yet, W to you, my friend. Thank you for always bringing the kind, positive, upbeat energy. And we'll look forward to seeing you on another stream. So big up to you, Steve. And Lindsay says, no, I said hello to Lindsay. But hello again to you, Lindsay. All right, let me catch up. Oh, Music Enjoyer is requesting a song and says, can you play Pursuit of Happiness by Kid Cudi? Yes, Music Enjoyer, definitely. We will let this run and this a bit of Skepta and ASAP Rocky, and then after that we'll put some Kid Cudi on. Hell yeah. And Coco says, Coco Mo. I think that's what she's saying. Huntsman is, okay, what the hell? I'm in a completely dark room except a TV, and I just saw a light move in front of my eyes and went to see the rooms in my home. I'm confused but also intrigued. Sounds intriguing, Huntsman. Keep us posted. Ooh, okay. And Eva is saying, Edward, can you read my suggestion? Okay, here we go. So let me catch up with Eva's comments because she's leaving helpful things in the comments. All right, so I read out her early one, and she says, for example, a girl called Jane's joins. Of course, same, but don't overdo it. Edward's there to support them. Of course, you can support and answer them, but this is Edward's stream. Just remember. Well, thank you, Eva. That's very nice of you to say, and I appreciate you wanting to keep it chill and kind of like give me an opportunity to welcome people. But 100%, like you say, if someone joins the room, definitely welcome them in because that's how we set ourselves apart, and that's how this stream is just a super friendly experience for everybody, and that's what we want, guys. And I think the more people that jump in the stream, I keep saying jump in the stream, jump on the stream, jump in the chat. The more people that join the stream and I say jump in the chat and say, yo, what's up? And the more people that say, hey, how are you doing? I feel like it's just going to make them feel extra welcome. And that's what we want. We want people to feel welcome here. With that being said, I think this is a request from Music Enjoyer. And there's no advert. It's a good day. It's a good day, chat. All right, so we've got some Muddy Pursuit of Happiness on in the background. So let's see what the chat's saying in the background. And Layla does out here. It says, hello, I'm here. What's up, Layla? Nice to see you back again. Is Amelia here? I've not been here, but she may be here in a bit. Kamal says, hi, Mum's phone. What's up, Kamal? Nice to see you in the chat again. Heck yeah. With the boy says, you missed my message. Let me catch up with it then, WB. Let me see. And keep the chat popping off. All right, B says, hey, Edward, I think I've told you how I can't be active on Thursday. Coco is coming to my house. Oh, cool. So this friend that you is coming around to yours. Heck yeah, WB. Listen, Kaylin says, did you see my comment? Let me catch up. Yes, Kaylin, I did see your comment. I think I replied to it. But if it was about your autism, my advice to you was please do not worry. Take it in your stride. And as I say, it's an opportunity to learn more about yourself. And the more you know about yourself, the more comfortable you can be with yourself and understand what you need, what you don't need. And just go from there. And Brooke says, may Keridwen be with you, brother. Hail the cauldron. Blake Rook, I do not know what that means. But shout out to you. Thanks for joining the stream. All right, let me catch up. Let me see what everybody's saying. I think I'm nearly there, Oh, whoever's throwing up emojis at the side, WT guys, because I love seeing the emojis come up at the side of the stream. And as always, make sure you hit the like button. We're trying to aim for, like, who knows, 20, 30 likes like we did tonight, and we've had some awesome stream numbers recently. And as always, let me turn this music down slightly, the message gets through. Shout out to the chat, because every stream I keep doing, guys, I look back at the analytics, and you guys are doing an amazing job of popping the chat off, like loads of reactions, loads of messages, and it makes it so fun for me as a little streamer to jump on the stream and have people getting involved, getting busy. And as always, like I say to you, I want to know who's chatting in the chat. I'm going to catch up. I'm nearly there, I'm nearly there. So Jazz says, I'll be racing cars to the racetrack here. My work is sponsoring me and building me a mini stock car. I'll be putting stuff up on Instagram. Hell yeah, Jazz. I'll look forward to checking that out. You're a badass lady. Keep it. Sorry for the slight swearing, gang, but you know what I'm saying. You're a bad mama, Jazz. Keep it up. And yeah, 100% look forward to checking that out. And I'm jealous, to be fair, because I've definitely not got a stock car. I'm not a huge petrol head, don't get me wrong, but I do drive in my car. Not too fast, don't get me wrong. If any police people are watching this right now, within the legal limit, don't get me wrong, chat. Don't get me wrong, I'm not breaking laws out here. I'm not trying to go to prison. I couldn't make it in prison. Well, I'll do my best in prison. I don't want to go to prison. That's what I'm telling you. So my point is that I'm not speeding too fast, but Jazz, that sounds like a good time. So yeah, good luck with the stock car racing. Layla's saying raw. And Kamal says, I hope you become a famous streamer soon. Kamal, I would love that. Nothing more than that. And honestly, guys, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it, but like I'm giving it my best shot. I'm streaming 5 days of the week, like I was just telling the chat. I've just bought a new desk, buying a new camera, a new light, doing a little setup through with you guys, which I hope is gonna look good, and I hope you guys will join me on some landscape streams. So obviously right now we're doing vertical streams, but I want to do some landscape streams because like the quality is gonna be better. It's gonna allow you to see more stuff in the background. And I'm actually going to bring this plant right here and I'm going to drag it through. Like I told you, we're streaming, not there. Good way out. I'm trying to do this. No, I can't even. It's so hard to do too. There we go. See that door over there, chat? Behind that door, that's my spare room. And in that spare room, we're going to do the desktop streaming. So I'm crossing fingers that you're going to join me and new people are going to join me. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Dan Edits Pro is back in the chat and says, I'm late, sorry. Dan, good to see you as always, mate. How are you doing? Huntsman's got a bounce and says, I got to go, guys. Sorry, see you tomorrow 8 p.m. Bye. Huntsman, if you're still watching, mate, we will see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Look forward. Thanks as always for your great moderation work. And yeah, enjoy the rest of that Ghost program. And by the way, guys, if you're watching right now, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe. We are on an absolute roll at the moment, 5 days of the week, and I've done that for maybe the past, maybe since I started streaming, not quite started streaming, but almost since I started streaming. So we've been on an amazing little run. There's lots of regulars in the chat. And you know what? It's going really well, everybody. I'm having a lot of fun. And if you're out there, I would love to know who you are and where you're from, because there's about 10 people in the room right now, and there's probably about seven regulars. But I reckon there's a few new faces as well. So as always, jump in the chat. The chat will welcome you, and yeah, we're going to see what happens. But for sure, like my promise to you guys, if you're new here, jump in the chat, call my bluff, jump in the chat and say, yo, what's up? And I promise you, at least one of the chat members will welcome you. So please call my bluff. And as always, love to whoever's throwing up emojis at the side of this chat. I absolutely love it. It makes it super fun for me. It makes me feel like the chat's popping. Because the chat is popping, you guys do an awesome job of keeping the vibes going and keeping the chat going. So shout out to everybody getting involved. With the boy says bye. You missed my message again. With the boy, see you later. I'm catching up with messages. Can't always catch it at the time, but I'm going to do my very, very best. With the boy says, if I'm being honest, if you become popular, brackets 100,000 subs, the good vibe theme will be ruined because there will be too many comments. WB, that is useful feedback, and I do appreciate you saying that. I think what we probably do is, as it gets different, as when it gets bigger, I'll try and keep doing some long form videos so you guys can feel like you're with me, you can still chill with me and hang out with me and stuff, even when we're not on stream. And as always, guys, you know, the way I've built this like little audience, little amazing audience we've got here of like, you know, 300 subs, 340, 50 subs, whatever, which we've grown it from like 100 subs a couple of months, like 5 weeks ago, something. It's to do my very best to reply to every single comment, because I want you guys to feel heard and to feel like I'm interacting with you and I'm not just ignoring you or just, you know what I mean, having you as a number. Like, I want everybody to feel involved. So WB saying, honest, the good vibes will be ruined once if you get big, because there'll be too many comments. And you know what? At that point, I'm going to have to rely on the awesome mods holding it down in the comments, and people that have been here for a long time and know what the vibe is. I'm going to have to rely on other people to kind of answer the news and to welcome people to the chat, and I'll do my very best to keep up with as many messages as possible. I really will. That's my promise to you guys. Like, I will never take the chat for granted, because like I said, without the chat, streamers are nothing. Doesn't matter. Think of the biggest streamers in the world: iShowSpeed, Kasanat, any streamer, XQC, any streamer you can mention. Without the chat, nothing. And I'll never forget that. So I'm going to do my best to keep bringing the energy for you guys and as reading as many comments as possible. But as always, if I miss anything, please put it in the chat again. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're streaming 5 days of the week. And if you've just joined the room, I was telling the chat, exciting things are on the cards. I've just bought a new desk. We're buying a new camera. I'm going to show you again, just because I'm so excited. Where are it? There. Through that door is my spare room. That's where I do my pull-ups. And soon we're going to start doing some streams from there. I had to think. Vertical, landscape. So we're doing some landscape streams. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I really hope that you guys who have been rocking with me and vibing along. Right now I'm on the iPhone, the laggy internet, and once we sort that, once we get the better camera, the better in, the landscape streams, I feel like it's going to be a better experience for you guys. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping you join me for the journey, because I'm ready for it. All right, with that said, let me catch up with the chat. And Layla says, I got to go, bye. We know what, Layla, you've probably said that about 10 minutes ago, because that's how behind I am with the chat. But if you're still here, see you later, and we'll look forward to seeing you on another stream soon. Abby says, I hope you get big. There are so many people joining now. The channel is already on its way, thriving. Oh, God, I don't want to sound cringe, guys, but literally I don't want to sound cringe, but when people leave comment that, not like, oh, you're getting big or you're doing well, but when people take the time to share a bit of positive energy to me, it genuinely means a lot. If you've joined the stream for like 3 or 4 times now, you know that part of the reason why I do these streams is because I suffer with negative thoughts. Suffer on and off with depression, negative emotions, feeling bad about myself, low self-esteem, all of that stuff. And when I'm on the stream with you guys, it's just a period of time for an hour and a half or 90 minutes. Minutes is an hour and a half. However long, 90 minutes, 100 minutes that we stream, it's my opportunity literally to just try and be positive, put positive energy out there. And when it comes back in the chat, it means a lot. So for everybody that's joining the journey, and as I say, good things are coming, everybody. We're going to do some better quality streams soon. So if you're here right now and you're rocking and you're vibing and you're showing love, I really, really appreciate you. So thank you, Abby, for that. It means a lot. With that being said, chat has been popping off since then, and There's been about 1 million comments. I've missed loads. So if you've not seen my reply yet, thank you for bearing with me. What else have we got in here? Earbus says hello. What are you, Earbus? Don't think I've seen you here. Nice to see you in the chat. What else have we got here? And as always, thank you everybody for my internet lags, or don't get back to your comments straight away. I appreciate you bearing with. I really, really do. Coco says, hi, I'm Coco, and your name is Edward. Correct. And Faith Aviles is back in the chat. Hi, it's me. It was my birthday yesterday. Well, Faith, happy belated birthday for yesterday. I remember you saying, I hope you had a lovely birthday. And thank you for joining the chat. It's nice to see you. Giuseppe is being a hate and says, low. No, I think he's meant to. Giuseppe. What? Giuseppe takes the L, chat, because Giuseppe was trying to be mean. To say, or he or she, it's probably a guy, if we're honest. He put low, absolutely zero testosterone, whereas I think Giuseppe actually meant to put lol. So if you're still watching, this L is for you. All right, what else is in the chat? Huntsman is leaving his daily space fact. So W to Huntsman, and he says, daily space fact: the constellation of Orion in multiple mythologies have meanings that correlate to each other. So constellations hide deep history embedded into Itranging from Greece, Australia, Egypt. Embedded into Itranging. What does that mean, Huntsman? I can tell it's a typo. I think it's a typo, but what does that mean? But as always, the space fact, I'm going to reread it once I can fully understand what's going on. What else? No Love 4 saying, how's your transition going? Cringe. Next comment. Lola Cooper says, I have a question. What's up, Lola Cooper? Hit me with a question. What else have we got in here? Oh, Carlo 2 is being a real one. And Carlo, if you're still watching, big up to you, mate. Hello from Holland, bro, says Carlo 2. Well, Carlo, I'm saying hello to you from the north of England. I think this is your first time here because I've not seen, or at least I've not seen you in the chat before, so what's up, Carlo? But if you're new here, as I've always told everyone, I love people from all around the world. It's one of my favourite parts about streaming. When I see people jump in the chat, like, yo, what's up from Madagascar? Yo, what's up from Holland? What's up from China? What's up, even just from my country, but from a different part of the country? I love it. I love knowing the fact that we're connected hundreds or thousands of miles away, but we're all vibing at the same time. So big up to you, Carlo. And I'm sending a fat hug over the digital internet waves to you. That didn't make sense, but you know what I'm saying, chat. All right. Lola Cooper says, is 13 still a kid? I'm 13 and I've been told it isn't. I guess it's Lola. I guess it's still a young person. But listen, Lola, trust me, I'll tell you one thing, right? People, when they're older, they want to be younger. When people are 50, there's a lot of 50-year-olds out there that will be 13. There's a lot of 70-year-olds that love to be 13. You know why? Because if you're 13, you've got that time to come. Whereas if you're 70, that time has been and will never come again. So don't even worry about Lola. You know what I would say, right? If you're watching, if you're worried about is 13 still a kid, my advice to you, Lola, would enjoy your life. Enjoy being young. Have fun. Enjoy having the responsibilities of being an adult. And just, enjoy yourself. That's what I'm saying. What else is in here? Eags420 says, do you enjoy the films of Hanks? It depends, I guess. Tom Hanks has had some banger films, I can't even lie. I think Castaway is one that comes to mind for Tom Hanks. I think that was a really good film, to be fair, and so well produced that when I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but all I'll say is at the end, Wilson, if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. With Wilson, that got me moved, and that was moved by a ball. So shout out to that film, and other films as well. There's a lot of good films, hasn't he, on Tom Hanks, if we're honest. Not in maybe the last 10 years, but historically. Fawad Hussein says, hello, brother, I send you love, Iran. Fawad, thank you so much for saying hello, and I hope you are doing well. Obviously, it's a very tricky time for Iran, so I hope you're doing well, and I think that's all I can say. Eva says, Edward, I'm begging, please read my comments. Eva, I will do my very best. I'm going to scroll up and make sure I've not missed one. There's one I think I've missed. Eva says, Edward, you keep on missing my comments. I've got to go by. Eva, as always, I'm doing my very best. Oh, okay. Eva says, do you remember when you streamed on your table and your phone kept falling? Eva, yes, I do. That was pretty cringe. I'm not gonna lie. You know what it was, guys. So I was right now. I'm streaming, holding my phone, holding my iPhone. That's how I stream at the moment. Like I just told the chat, we've got some good things coming. We've got a new desk, new light, new setup in general is coming. Chat, so it's going to be better quality. But when I first started streaming, well, the second or third streams I ever did, the first one was at Japan, airport in Japan, and after that, the second and third streams I ever did with Rue in my kitchen, which you'll see on the 500 subs house tour. So stay locked in for that, everybody. But in my kitchen, I would do the streams and I would prop my phone up, right? So I can't really show you some on my phone, but I would prop my phone and I'd put it on top of it. I would put something like this, like a pack of protein bars, and I'd use that to keep the phone kind of at an angle like that. That's how low tech we're talking, everybody. And anyway, there was this one stream where my phone kept falling, and yeah, it was pretty terrible. So anyway, that is the past. So worry not. We're moving forward to the future. All right, let me catch up with some facts real quick. And as always, guys, if I miss your comment, please don't be offended. It's just because the chat is popping off, and I'm doing my best to keep up with it. But with that being said, let me catch up with quick comments. What else have we got? What else have we got? Okay, I think I'm nearly there. I'm not really there, but I'm getting there. All right. Eva, I'm catching up with your other messages. Okay, what else is in here? Let me catch up, everybody. Oh, always, please don't take offense, everybody, if I don't get to your message straight away. I'm doing my very best. For example, Fazil was here before and says, hi, what's up to you, Fazil, if you're still here? Probably not, because your message is about 10 minutes ago, so I apologise. And honestly, guys, that's the struggle for me. That you guys do an amazing job of keeping the chat active, but sometimes I miss people when they join the room. Max Boy Luke says, are you black? What do you think, Max Boy Luke? Ryan Saunders, who joined the chat before, and I don't think I greeted him, but Ryan is here. What's up to you, Ryan? Thank you for joining again. Eags420 says subbed. Big up to you, Eags420. I really appreciate that. Honestly, guys, anybody that's out there and subs, likes, in the chat, it means a lot. And what I would say is if you haven't hit subscribe already, make sure you do. Things are growing around here. It's moving in a very positive direction. The quality is about to pick up once we get the new lighting, the new camera, the new desk. It's going hard, everybody. So make sure you hit subscribing 5 days of the week. Eags420 talking about the earlier comment says Wilson. Yeah, you know Eags420. All right, let me catch up. Dan says, where's Smallman? Where's Hussein and Smallman Bro? Well, Hussein is not here, and Smallman Bro has been missing in action recently. But as always, we're sending him vibes. All right. Eva says no. My other comment. Drop it in the chat again, Eva. I've scrolled up my very best to catch up with as possible. Oh, hang on, there's one more. One more, Eva. Okay, Eva says I might cry. I took some photos of me and my cousin, but we can't even do it. I feel like I've ruined the basket completely. Why do you feel like you ruined it, Eva? Tatiana says, hi, what's up, Tatiana girly? Nice to see you in the chat. That's a nice username. Oh, and Dan, thank you so much. Dan says, disclaimer, if Edward misses your comments, drop in chat. 100%, everybody. Like, you know, if you've been here for a few streams, I'll always do my best to reply to all the comments because I love chilling with you guys and vibing in real time. But sometimes I just can't always do it. And Ryan says, your chat's all over the shop, mate. I can't be mad at you for missing comments. Don't worry about it. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. You do, guys. Like, as I say, if there's something that you really want me to answer, please drop it in the chat again and I'll see it. But I'm trying, guys. I really am trying. And Ryan actually is leaving some insightful. He's saying, I'm 15. My philosophy is I can be active and stuff and be healthy, but I'm going to eat chocolate and Skittles and do the stupid stuff and be a kid because at 16, I can't drive, get a job, or go to the gym. Or I can get a job. You can get a job. I guess you can't drive at 16. But yeah, you know what, Ryan? I love the fact that you're saying that you want to keep active and healthy. That's an awesome piece of advice that everybody, it's worth sharing with everybody in the chat. Keep active, keep physically fit, and it's going to help your mental health. So yeah, W Ryan, for real. All right, let me catch up. Withered Boy is dropping a space fact and says, most of space is filled with galaxies and holes, but in the 1900s, 19-somethings, we found a patch where there should be 3,000 galaxies, but in reality, there's only 60. 60 galaxies is still a pretty hefty amount. Oh, and Eva says the photos were the main part. Well, you know what, Eva? Maybe you could do a drawing, or maybe you could do another, maybe you could do like a video. You could do like a little, you know, like a selfie video and say how much your cousin means to you. They'd like that, I'm sure. That'd be thoughtful. Reba Fluff is leaving political comments about Trump in the comment, which we'll try to skip over. No offense. Cool, guys. I'm going to skip back and catch up with some comments because I feel like I'm getting there. Coco says, universal fact, the universe never stops growing, so what is it growing into? Have you ever seen that meme, guys, where it's like the scientist and there's all maths equations on the screen and it's just like, that's what I'm thinking right now. Cool, let me catch up with some of the comments because I've got a little bit of time while you guys get chatty once more. I think I'm there, you know, guys. I feel like I'm nearly there. So as always, big up to everybody to chat, saying hello, throwing up some emojis at the side, and keeping the energy strong. Since I started streaming, guys, I've been really lucky because I feel like when the chat's not being chatty, it can make it hard because the streamer has to like really kind of be as entertaining as possible and sometimes just chat a load of rubbish. Whereas when you guys are keeping it chatty in the chat, I really enjoy reading what you've got to say. Okay. And Joseph Guerrero, probably a while ago. In fact, it was a while ago. So Joseph, you popped off. But earlier on, Joseph Guerrero said, in fact, where's it gone? I'm having to scroll. Here we go. Oh beer, 30 cheers from Guam. 671, have a great day. Joseph Guerrero, I'm not sure what 671 means. Maybe that's your area code or where you're from. But Joseph, if you are still watching and can hear this message, hello to you. All right, what else is in this chat? Let me catch up with this chatty chat. Larry Jr. says, please make me a mod. Well, Larry, I think this is the first time you've joined the stream, so it'd be nice to get to know you first. Maybe like a hello, what's up to you? So I'm not going to do that today, Larry Jr., but thanks for joining the stream. And we've got some cinema fans in the chat. You know what, guys? The last thing I went to see at the cinema was Wuthering Heights. And before that, I haven't been to the cinema for ages. So I need to go see some films, I reckon. With the boy says, look at my message. The universe is said to be forming in infinite directions and none at the same time. That is a head mangler. A head mangler for real. I don't even know how to make sense of that. Cool. Amazing. You know what? I'm nearly there, chat. I'm nearly there. Alright, so Coco's dropping a time fact. And what's up to you, Mercy the Beauty? What are your great username? Okay, so Coco says time fact. If you go back before the Big Bang, even though there is nothing, there is always something. Interesting. And Abby says, I like the OG Spider-Man with Maguire. Yeah, me too, to be fair. I feel like I've not seen all the Spider-Mans, but I've definitely seen at least one of the ones with Tobey Maguire. Or is there only one with Tobey Maguire? Mercy the Beauty is here in the chat for the first time. Good to see you, Mercy. And she's saying, hey. And like Dan said, if you're watching, guys, hit like and subscribe. We're streaming 5 days of the week right now. It's been an absolute vibe every time we stream. And like I was telling the chat before, we've got some great things coming. I've just bought a new desk. We're buying a new camera. I'm going to show you once more. That's how excited I am about this room. Through that door over there is my spare room. And soon we're going to start doing landscape streams for you guys. New setup, better quality internet, so it's not going to be lagging. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. So if you're here, if you're still vibing and having a good time, I appreciate you. And like I said, make sure you hit subscribe because we're streaming regularly and you'll get a notification. All right. Boom. Dan Ford, Big Bang was a small bang in our Milky Way. Dan Ford, I actually do not know enough about space or astronomy to confirm or deny that statement from you. But either way, Dan, thank you for tuning in. If Huntsman was here, Huntsman is one of our awesome mods. He's dropped off the stream now. He had to go. But Huntsman would love to chat with you about all things space. And I think, who else have we got? WB Withered Boy is also a space enthusiast, which is super, super cool. And you know what? I think, like I was saying to Blage on another stream and Huntsman, I feel like a Discord would be a good thing. And Blage and Huntsman are going to help with that. And when we make a Discord, what I want to have is channel news and stuff like that. We can have all different little random sub-channels where people, if they've a passion, whether it's space or football or cooking, whatever it might be, we can have some cool little side channels as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Sweet Potato is chat and says, hello, do you remember me? Yes, I do, Sweet Potato, because there's only been one person in the chat called Sweet Potato. So what's up to you? Nice to see you here again. Ivy says, hello. Hello, Ivy. How are you doing? Thanks for joining the chat. Mercy the Beauty messages ago, it's been a real one and says, subscribe, like, and comment. 100% everybody. If you haven't hit the like button yet, make sure you like, because I want us to get to at least 30 likes before we finish this stream. We're off to a great start, so let's see how we can do, chat. Can we get to 30? And as always, a big up to you wherever you're watching from. And if you're here for the first time, just for a little bit of context, these streams are all about good vibes. I stream from here in the north of England, and we get people that watch from all over the world. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the like button because we're streaming 5 days of the week, 8 p.m. UK time, and we've got some cool things planned. So I'm hoping you guys are going to join me for the journey. Big up to everybody that's always in the chat, all of the regulars who bring the energy and here for a good time. You're very much appreciated. TJ says hi and bye. Goodbye, TJ. Nice to see you briefly. Thanks for joining the stream. Abby says, high five, Edward. There are 3 actually: Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, and Sandman/Venom, and then in No Way Home Mutant Multiverse. Abby, I'm so out of touch. When people are like, oh, have you seen much Marvel? I'm like, oh, I know Marvel. Like, I think I've seen some of it, but I'm so out of touch. But thanks for sharing, honestly. Like, actually, we'll try and catch up. With these films. Jake just asks, hey, what is brunette? Brunette means someone with brown hair. I don't know whether that's like a sly troll comment or you're genuinely asking. And Dan says, Edwards, if you can tell him where you live, but no specific information or as road or house, 100%. Like when I say, where do you live or like where are you from, I'm not asking for your address. I don't want to know where you live. Nothing too personal like that. But it's like, if you're from India, that's like a huge, huge country. Tell me you're from India. I'm not going to know where you live. And as always, guys, be safe on the internet. Don't tell people where you live. But that being said, I do love it when people say hey and share where they're from, so it's super fun. And thanks to everyone that's done that so far. It really does. It does make it a good time. All right, what else have we got? With a boy says, I dropped a space fact. WB says there is a time traveler in our universe, and that's the singularity of a black hole. You can't see it because it's your future. That's why you can't leave a black hole. It's the same as going to the past. With a boy, you've blown my mind about 3 times in 10 minutes stream. I actually know so little about space, which is, again, one of the reasons why I like streaming, because I learn things about different people, different cultures, just different facts. So thank you, Withered Boy, for dropping some interesting facts. Coco also said, here is a fact. Technically, you are all floating because atoms can't touch, but neurons can. That is also a really interesting thought to think about, which we don't think about, do we? But technically, you are right. Like, even when it's like your foot is touching something or whatever, there is a gap. So I know what you're saying. Coco says, you missed one of my facts. Well, Coco, I think I've caught up on your facts. So thank you for being patient with me. And thank you as well for everyone in the chat who's bearing with my lagging into the low quality, poor lit stream. Like I was just telling the chat before, we've got some big things coming. So make sure you subscribe. We're streaming 5 days of the week right now. I've actually been about 6 weeks so far, and it's been an awesome vibe. We've built a great little community already. But when I get the new desktop set up, we're talking a new desk, we're talking a new camera, we're talking a new light, we're talking a backdrop, and this plant behind me, which everybody always is very kind about, we're going to bring the plant into the setup as well, and we're going to do it landscape. So I'm hoping, guys, because I'm going to spend a good amount of money on this setup. Not like, don't get me wrong, not like the set will end all setups. You're probably like, oh yeah, it's all right, bro. It's not that good. But what I'm saying is, I'm going to spend a good amount of money to try and improve the quality of these streams, and I'm really hoping that it's going to be worth it for you guys, and I think it will be. Decky play by is just repeating the comment, those foreigners. I don't know what you mean, Decky play by play, but we try and keep the chat as friendly as possible. We try not to talk about politics or religion. It's a chill vibe. Know what you believe or where you're from, whether you're left wing, whether you're right wing, whether you're not political at all. The whole point of these spaces is it's kind of like an opportunity to put that one side. And when we come in space, it's literally like, it's just a chill space. That's what it's about. For example, let's say you're a Trump supporter and there's someone in the chat who's not a Trump supporter and they're not keen Trump at all. I want it to be a space where people can come and hang out. And for that time, the differences that we've got are not as important as the things that, that bring us to like chilling and good vibes and all the rest of it. So I don't know what you mean, Decky play by play. Hopefully it's got some good intentions behind it. Freddy says, I'm in UK. What are you on about? I think as Dan said, everyone here isn't in the UK or USA. We don't know what you mean. Not sure what the context is, but I'm getting lost. Ranger is in the chat and says, yo, what's up, Ranger? That's the energy I'm talking about. What's up to you? If I'm not mistaken, I feel like you've been here before, Ranger. Or has there been another Ranger with the same profile picture? By the way, good to see you in the chat. Withered Boy is sharing one more space fact and says, last fact, as you know, there is 8 billion humans on Earth. 8 billion humans on Earth. And if atoms had no space, all of us combined would be the size of a grape. That's wild. That's wild. Freddy says, so much facts. So, Freddy, I think that's the second contribution from you. And both of them have been a little bit negative. So, Freddy, let's invite people that jump in the chat with slightly negative comments. Freddie, I would love for you to jump in the chat and say something positive. It could be anything you want. It could be about a thing that you like, a good experience you've had, or maybe just a general bit of good energy. Freddie, the floor is yours. I'd love to see it. All right then, catching back up with the chat. Abby says, "Ha, that's okay. I'm a movie freak, lol. Especially sci-fi. I have to keep my enthusiasm in check." Well, that's fair enough, Abby. You know what? There's worse things to be a freak for than movies. So, and sci-fi. You know what? I've seen so little sci-fi. I guess you could call like Star Wars sci-fi, right? But apart from that, my experience is very limited to sci-fi. Not against it, not a hater. Yeah, I just don't have much experience with it. Dan says, everyone here is so informative. Heck yeah. For real, like everybody that jumps in the chat with a fact or shares a cool bit of information, that's what it's all about, honestly. Honest Smith says, looks like the singer from Cage the Elephant. Well, you know what, Honest Smith? People have said worse things to me in the chat, so I'll take that one. Nice to see you here. What else have we got? Coco says, planet fact. A single day on Venus lasts long its entire year. Honestly, you guys are like an absolute font of knowledge when it comes to space facts. Freddie says, W Live. That's what I'm talking about, Freddie. W Freddie for bringing the positive energy. And he also says, I'm eating dinner. It's very good. Freddie, that's what I'm talking about. When we hop on stream, it's all about good vibes, positive energy. And like I say, everybody, there's a lot of negative stuff going on. And if we can just bring the vibe and all hang out together, I feel like it's a W all around on stream. So I think I'm nearly caught up with the comments. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. All right, here we go. Ranger says, I know Abby from somewhere, but I can't remember which live stream. I feel like it was pretty recently, Ranger. I feel like it wasn't that long ago. I feel like it was a couple of days ago that you were on a stream. Maybe not yesterday, but the day before. Maybe the day before. But it was recently. What else have we got? Freddie says, you music. Yeah, I play a bit of music, Freddie. I'm not in a band or anything, but I love singing. I also play the trumpet, guys, and like I've told the chat before, when we do the new desktop setup, which is coming very soon, and if you're watching for the first time, make sure you subscribe. We're streaming 5 days of the week, right, 8 p.m. UK time. And when we do the desktop setup, like I told the chat the other day, I think I'm going to do, for 10 likes we get, I'm going to do a little fanfare on the trumpet. I thought that could be pretty fun, honestly. So, speaking of likes, make sure you hit the like button. We're trying to reach 30 likes at least on this stream. At least! So if you've not hit like already, come on, let's not fall out. Hit the like button and let's keep that going strong. Speaking of vibes, the Radio Master is back in the chat. Says, The Simpsons, nice. Hell yeah, Radio Master. Like I've told the chat before, this was actually a friend of mine. It was from Primark. I get a lot of compliments. Get more compliments on this Primark hoodie than a lot of my clothes. So, W to the friend who gave it me. Lindsay says, hi, sorry I'm late. No worries, Lindsay. It's nice to see you here. No_OK says, you sound Australian. Well, I'm not Australian. I'm from England. With the boy says, I can sing Godzilla at 0.9x speed. That's a very specific speed that you can sing at. But shout out to you. All right, what is the chat saying? Freddie says, sing Eminem. Oh, it's a good proposition, but right now I will not be singing them. I've never actually heard someone say like sing Eminem. It's normally like rap Eminem, isn't it? But you know what, guys? Maybe when we do like maybe for a special celebratory stream, you'll get it out of me. But like I said, guys, when we do the desktop streams, every 10 likes, we're going to do a little fanfare, like an IRL fanfare on the trumpet. So, speaking of that, hit the like button and let's get ourselves prepped for those streams because, like I was telling the chat, we're doing desktop streaming soon, which means better quality for you guys, better quality lighting, more of an interesting backdrop. So, I'm really looking forward to it. Whoever just hit the like button, that really helps and I appreciate you. You're a real one. And Loki C is in the chat and says, hi, what's up, Loki C? Nice to see you. With the boy says, you missed my message, sorry. Okay, With the boy says, if you saw a singularity in real time, it would throw you, no one knows how. Crazy. With the boy coming facts, spitting facts. We've got another fact in the comments, and Coco says, fact. The sun makes up 99.886% of the total mass in the solar system, with it being able to fit 1 million Earths inside. That's crazy. That's crazy. The sun is the total mass. 99.86% of the mass. Crazy. Lindsay says, are you doing Quest? Yes, I am, Lindsay. Freddie says, I'm watching Rid versus Bayern Munich and Arsenal versus Sporting. Freddie's got multiple pairs of eyes. Freddie's all over the place. He's got those sports matches on lock. WB says we are all scientists, and Dan's like, I'm not. You know what? I wish I had the temperament of a scientist, but fortunately, 'tis not I. Prakash Kumar. Hello, dear. Hello to you, Prakash. The follow-up question is your country name. My country name is England, Prakash, or Great Britain, or the UK if you talk about the island which I'm on, but England is my country. Prakash, I would love to know, what is your country and where are you watching from? I think it's your first time here, so shout out to you. All right, I think I'm nearly there with the chat. Hell yeah. Big up to everybody that's hit the like button. We're trying to reach 30 likes in the stream. And as always, we're back tomorrow at 8 UK time. And like I was telling the chat, big things are coming. We've got a new camera coming. A new has been bought today. What else? A new light. And it's through that door, everybody. I'm going to point to the door. This is the fourth time. Wait, one more time. It's the fourth time I've pointed at this door on the stream. And behind that door, when we do the desktop setup, that's when we're going to do some landscape streaming. I'm looking forward to show you guys. Prakash says, my country name is India. Very cool, Prakash. Thank you for sharing. We get people watching from all over the world, and we definitely have people from India. So thank you for joining the stream. Like I've told the other people, some of the other people that watch from India, I think Abby maybe watches from India, actually. Correct me if I'm wrong, Abby, but I feel like you told me that you watch India. But in any case, when we stream to obviously all over the world, and people join from all over the world, and it's a super fun time. We get people from India, Pakistan, China, Indonesia. That's just obviously one part of Asia, but one point is we get people in America, Canada, all over Africa, Middle East, and Europe. So yeah, it's a good time. And if you're the first time, make sure you subscribe because we're streaming 5 days of the week. Meltem Dogan says, "Are you girl or boy?" I am Meltem. How about you, Meltem? Are you a boy or a girl? And thanks for confirming, Abby. I thought it was. Sometimes I second guess because people tell me so many facts about themselves. And some people are like, oh, yeah, I'm from India. Okay, cool. And then people are like, yeah, I'm from this part of India. I'm like, okay, cool, got it. And then someone's like, from this country and from this city. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then like 15 people tell me. And before I know it, I'm like, oh, is Abby from India? Does she live there? I can't remember. So thanks for confirming. Always thanks for everybody that is watching the stream, liking the stream, and getting chatty in the chat. As always, guys, I want to know who's chatting in the chat. And speaking of the chat, I think I'm nearly caught up, which is super cool. Withered Boy says, please tell me most people know Astro Kobe. WB, I do not know what Astro Kobe is, so please put me out of misery. And Dan says, World Cup is coming, England might win. You know what, Dan? That would be a beautiful time if Dan won the World Cup. Hopefully you can win the World Cup, Dan. But what I'm saying is, if England won the World Cup, that would be mega. Coco says, you missed one of my facts. Coco star fact is colliding dead stars, neutron stars, produce massive amounts of precious metals like gold and platinum. That I did not know, so you taught me another fact there, Coco, so thank you. How cool. How cool to think that colliding stars are creating precious metals. Alright. Lindsay says, did you know that even though Mercury is the closest one, Venus is actually the hottest planet because Mercury has no surface, and Venus can catch in the heat and Mercury can't? You know what, guys? This has turned into a very space facts heavy stream, which is okay. I'm not gonna punish it. And Abby is being real and says, "Don't worry, Edward can confirm as many times as needed." Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And like I say, guys, I appreciate everybody that bears with me when my internet lags or the tunes don't work or whatever, because you guys carry the vibes even when on my side it's a little bit lacking. So big up to you. Prakash says, do you know Amitabh Bachchan? Amitabh? No, I don't know who that is. So do tell me, Prakash, because I'd be curious to know. As always, guys, while we're just chilling here for a minute, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who joins the stream on a regular basis and brings kind, welcoming, positive energy to the chat, because it's all about. And it's only occasionally, maybe like 10% of the time, we get people leaving mean or weird or rude comments. And actually, this chat is so nice and so friendly because, guys, that whenever occasionally someone is not super friendly, it stands out. And I'm always like, oh, but that's just because you guys do such an awesome job of keeping it cool in here to you all. Excuse me. AZXXZFC says hi. What's up to you, ANZ, or ANZ as I will call you? How are you doing? Oh, okay. Ash says Amitabh is a superstar in India. Very interesting. I did not know that. Amitabh Bachchan. I'm going to look up Amitabh because, like I say, I'm always interested to learn about different people in different countries, and so interesting, right? Obviously, I'm from England, from the UK, part of the Western, the English-speaking world, and obviously get a lot of media from America and Europe and stuff like that. But in places like India, which have like over 1 billion people, you get like superstars, which we don't in the West, but to 1 billion people on Earth, they're huge. So it's always interesting to hear about those sorts of things. Coco says, not to be impatient, you missed another one of my facts. Coco, I'm going to do my best to read them all. I think I've read probably about 10 of your facts so far, so I'm going to just keep reading them out. But if I miss one, sometimes it might happen. Coco says, star fact. No, I've read that one. Yeah, Coco, I can't keep scrolling up, unfortunately. I've done the sun one, the stars one. I've done the other sun one. I think I've done as many as I can see for now. So, Coco, if you want to put the comment in the stream again, I will read it out. Please drop it again. Lindsay says, who is your favourite singer? That's a great question. A really good question. And I don't know if I have a single favourite singer. That's a really good question, Do I have one single favourite singer? Who's yours, Lindsay? While I think about my answer to that, you tell me who your favourite singer is, because I'm curious to hear. And I'm going to try and put a song on in the background while that happens. All right, let's put a bit of reggae on in the background, and then we'll go from there, everybody. Okay. Oh, okay. Excuse me. So Prakash says Amitabh is the father, like the OG superstar of the Bollywood industry. Oh wow! So he must be absolutely huge in India then. Absolutely huge. Okay. Okay. W Boy is giving me. Oh, okay. How many bathrooms? How many? 4. 5. Plus 3 is 8. Oh, okay, I get you. I thought WB you were saying like, let's say there's like 2 bathrooms in the house, and then it was like, let's say I've got, for example, if I had one sibling, you were saying like put that together. I was like, that's only 3, and that's the end of that thing. And you were like, no, put them together as a row, which makes more sense. So that'd be 2, 3, 3. That'll be a couple of thousand, WB. And you know what? I'm trying to reach with your guys' help. The next goal is 500 subs, and I know with your help we can do it. And as I say, when we hit 500 subs, we're going to do the house tour, and I'm looking forward to that. Coco says the early stars are estimated to have formed roughly 200 million years after the Big Bang. 200 million years is such an incomprehensibly period of time. Like I can't even wrap my head around how long that is. Like imagine, for example, our human history. Say like a couple of thousand years ago was the Romans. That feels like a very long time ago. Now imagine 200 million years. That's a crazy, crazy difference. I feel like my internet is gone bad. Am I lagging, chat, or have I just got in boring? Let me know. I feel like I'm lagging because get that feeling. So do let me know, chat, because I hate it when we've got a vibe and strong, and then people drop off. And I think sometimes it's because my internet lags. Could be wrong about that, but that's my gut feeling. And you know what? While people are catching up, or whilst the stream is loading, or people are joining, whatever might be happening, allow me to take a moment as well to just say thank you to everybody that joins the streams, the vibes along with me. It really does make a difference. And for a tiny little streamer like myself, seeing people chilling in the room and coming back to the space and having a good time, it makes it a lot of fun. So if you're hearing this right now, I appreciate it. And Abby is saying here, hanging around listening. Thanks so much, Abby. I love having you here. And for real, right? Like, I just want people in the chat that are just like randoms. I want it to be people that I like connect with and have chat with. And they jump back on the next stream and they're like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, hey, how was your day? And they're like, oh, my day was like this. How was your day? And before we know it, we're chilling. We've got a good little rapport going. And it just makes it fun, honestly. So, like I said, guys, I've only been streaming about 6 weeks and it's been a lot of fun already. But if you're still here and you're rocking along with me and you're enjoying the journey, then I appreciate you. And I really, honestly, guys, I'm not just saying it, but I really, really hope that the money I spend on this new desk, this new camera, this new light, this new setup in general, really hope that it's going to make it just more fun for you guys to watch, because you guys have been awesome joining me when the internet's lagging. It's poor quality lighting in the room. There's not much going on. Us and the vibes. But the people that do keep coming back, I really hope that you are going to enjoy it just as I do it. Speaking of people that are here, Jazz is here, in between towing things around, towing vehicles around. She's keeping it real in the background. And if anyone knows, Jazz is one of our awesome chat members who watches from all the way over in Canada, which is, again, like I said to you, if you're watching from India or China or somewhere in Africa, you're watching that from thousands of miles away, just like Jazz is. But it's super fun to know that people right now in a different part of the world have got me on in the background, or they're chilling with their stream or whatever they might be doing. It's just a nice feeling for me. So big up to you, Jazz, and big up to everybody watching. Hey. Abby is leaving a great question. Thank you, Abby. This is a good one to answer. And she says, how do you cope when you're going through something difficult? Whew, that is a really good question to answer. And honestly, I don't know if I've got a good, well thought out answer for you. But how do I cope when you're going through something difficult? To be honest with you, Abby, I am not great at doing this because Raptor says, you ready for World Cup? Raptor, always ready. Looking forward to it. And Danny Jester says microwave sounds. What's up? Danny Jester is in the chat. But back to Abby's comment or question of how do you cope when you're going through something dull? I guess you've just got to keep moving forward. Honestly, like I've said to you guys, I struggle with low mood. You see me probably at my most positive. Like when I'm not streaming, I can be not a miserable guy, but I can, like I say, I struggle with low mood. So I really have my moments. And I think when I'm feeling down, how do you cope when you're going through something difficult? Take it one day at a time. That's all I can say. Keep it one day at a time. Take it one day at a time. Oh, and Jazz says, just finished a police call. Damn. You know what, Jazz? They must be quite interesting doing your job because you must have some things that are quite like standard and quite like, not tame, but you know what I'm saying, quite standard, routine, shall we say. And there must be other stuff where, like just said, you get a call from the police where there's been like, I don't know, a high-speed chase or a stolen car or you've seen some crazy stuff. You must see quite a bit of crazy stuff if you're on the road quite a lot, I imagine. Rap says, but the World Cup song is trash. I've not even heard the World Cup song. I'll have to check that out. And Withered Boy says, did you know the largest planet we've ever seen is roughly 275 times the size of Jupiter? That's nearly 270,000 Earths. That is insane, guys. Absolutely insane. And do you know what else is insane? We've got 8 people in the room, and I bet not all of those 8 people are subscribed. So make sure you do, guys, because we're streaming 5 days of the week, 8 p.m. UK time. So actually, I don't know what time zone you're on right now, but it's just after, well, it's coming up to 9:15 here in the UK. So it could be the start of your day, it could be the end of your day. But in any case, whoever just hit the like button and took us to 25th likes, you're a real one. Let's see if we can get to 30 likes. I feel like we can do it. I feel like the power of the chat will carry us through. I feel like it will. What else is in the chat? Withered Boy early said 2 people in the stream, now 3. You know what, Withered Boy? Sometimes it's going to be like that. The stream's going to get a little bit quiet. And I think it's because the stream has been popping off so much recently. We've had so many people in here. When it dies down a little bit, it's like, yo, what the hell? But to be honest with you, like I was looking it up, and I think to be honest with you, sometimes like it's quite common for streamers, especially small streamers, to have times when there are only a couple of people on, and I don't like it. Like don't get me wrong, I love seeing when there's more people in the room. It doesn't need to be like millions, don't get me wrong, but I really enjoy it when I see there's like a nice room of people here with us because I feel like it's more people listening, joining the conversation, and all the rest of it. But when it does get quiet, on the occasion it does get quiet, that's when I need you, the regular chat members, to have my back, just like I've got your back, and keep chatting in the chat, keep the vibes coming. And to be honest with you, if it does get quiet in the chat, which is not often at this point, but if it does get quiet in the chat, that's an opportunity for you to just jump in with a question or something that I've not answered before, and just jump on it. Farida Kubinda says, but you are kicking out trolls too much. Oh, so excuse me, Farida Kubinda says, but you are kicking trolls too much. Oh, hang on, let me go back to Farida's original comment. Farida says, it's okay, but you are kicking out trolls too much. Well, to be honest with you, Farida, we don't really have trolls in here. We don't really want trolls in here. And Jazz, talking about her line of work, says, we do accident calls, some vehicles, impounds, repos, you name it, I can do it. Damn. I can believe it, honestly. I can believe it's quite varied, actually. I bet it's quite interesting. And hopefully you enjoy it. Coco says, food fact. I'm starving. Can you give me a biscuit, please? Coco, if I had a biscuit to send you over the chat waves, I would do so. And WB says, one person? Nah, I don't think there's one person, WB. There's at least you here. Edward Dickinson is in the chat. What's up to you, Edward? As always, great name. And let me catch up with Edward's comments. And he says, hello, what's happening today? Edward, the you here is you. Oh, that's another comment, sorry. Okay, Abby, I've missed your comment. Abby. Let me catch up. Abby said, how do you cope when you go through something difficult? Yeah, hopefully. Okay, so how do I cope? You're saying, how do I actually cope, though? To be honest, it's the same as the advice I give you, Abby, for real. Like, it's literally just take things one day at a time. Like, I know it sounds corny, but it's true. Like, I'm not good at being resilient. That's the truth of the matter, guys. I'm not. But you've just got to keep doing it. You've just got to keep moving forward. Just, keep going. Or Edward Dickinson says, what's in today? Oh, yeah, that's a problem with two Edwards in the chat. You're like, what, me? And they're like, no, they're like, Edward. And you're like, what, me, Edward? And they're like, nah, other Edward. But nice to see you in the chat, Edward Dickinson. W to you. Thank you for joining the good energy, as always. What else have we got here? Okay. Ayan Khan says, cleared NDA, completed my SB interview, and now training at the Indian Naval Academy. Your prayers for what's ahead. Jai Hind. I think Jai Hind is like a Hindu nationalist thing, so maybe I shouldn't say that. But Ayan Khan, we're sending you good vibes. Thank you for joining the stream, and we wish you well at the Indian Naval Academy. Robin Likes Games back in the chat and says, hiya. What's up, Robin Likes Games? Nice to see you. Farida says, you seem so nice. And Farida, that's very nice of you to say. Don't get me wrong, I'm not the best guy or anything like that, but the whole point of these streams are to keep it chill, keep it positive. We've even got some Bob Marley on in the background just to bring the chill vibes, everybody. So, as always, if you're here, if you're hanging out in the stream, on the stream, in the chat, I want to hear about it. So say hello, you'll be very, very welcomed in the chat. And yeah, it's just a good time. That's what I'm here, guys. It's about having a good time. And speaking of good times, I've got to stop streaming in about 5 or 10 minutes. So let's see, chat between us, if we can hit 30 likes. I need your help on this one. I feel like we can do it. Abby says, well, that's good, mate. Keep going. You're doing good. Oh, Abby, genuinely, legitimately. Not just saying it. I sound like a stuck record, but like I've said a million times before, when anybody takes a second to be kind to me in the chat, to spread a good bit of energy in the comments, it means a lot. So thank you, Abby. Thank you for being a positive presence here. You are appreciated. And Abby also says, Bob Marley the GOAT. Yeah, Bob Marley is the GOAT. Minuto says, cheers from Switzerland, taking shrooms tomorrow. Minuto, if you're still here, if you're chilling along, thank you so much for saying hello. I love hearing where people are. It's one of my favourite parts about streaming. The regular chat members are probably sick of hearing me say that now, but it's literally true. It makes it so fun for me to hear where people are watching from. And Minuto, if you're taking shrooms, be careful, look after yourselves, make sure you're with someone, and just be careful, be safe. That's what I'd say to you, be safe. Coco says, what's your favourite game? I'm not a big gamer, Coco, because I never had a console really when I grew up, so I was never really allowed one. So I'm very, very poorly skilled at gaming. However, chat, as you know, I owe you a stream. I owe you a Roblox stream, to be precise, for 200 subs, so you can see how far I am behind now. I don't know how many subs we're on, but it's probably, maybe, hopefully, after this stream, maybe 350. But in any case, I appreciate everybody that's joining, the subscribing, and watching right now. Please hit subscribe because we're streaming 5 days of the week, and it's always good vibes, positive energy. And to honestly, my test for you, if you're new here, if you've never jumped in the chat before, call my bluff, jump in the chat, say hello, and I promise you, you'll be made to feel very welcome. And Huntsman says, yo, I'm back, babe. No, he doesn't say babe, but he says, I'm back. What's up to Huntsman, one of the awesome moderators? Love it. Love it. Good to see you, Huntsman. And Huntsman says, you have 352 subscribers right now. Thank you so much for the update, Huntsman. And thank you to whoever just hit the like button. We're on 29 likes. That's awesome, guys. We've got about another 5, maybe 10 minutes of streaming. So let's see if we can surpass the 30 likes. I feel like we can do it between us. And if you just joined the room, like I said before, hop in the chat, say what's up, and you'll be made to feel very welcome. One to Tim says, I think Jack Black should do a serious drama movie. Interesting contribution. And I've not seen Jack Black in any sort of serious film, so that could be a good shout. Let me catch up with it real quick because you guys are doing an awesome job of making it pop off. Oh, by the way, Coco, what's your favourite game? Because you asked me, but I didn't ask you, so let me know. Eva says, I'm back. Please extend the stream past. Please, I'm begging. Eva, we'll make it happen for you. We're going to get to at least 9:30, which is 9 minutes from now. So what do you reckon, guys? I reckon we can do that. 1%. And Coco says, no, don't go. You're my favourite streamer. Well, do not worry, Coco. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time. And if you're watching for the first time, Edward, we're streaming 5 days of the week right now. The chat is absolutely lit. And I mean that sincerely. Not lit in a cringe way like, oh, bro, I've just got a new Ferrari. No, I mean, if you jump in the chat and say, yo, what's up? You'll be made to feel very welcome. And as always, let me know where you're from. I love hearing. All right, let me catch up with some comments because I'm nearly there. Let me see. I think I'm there, you know. I play drums. You said hello, and I think I said hello to you, but if I didn't, what's up to you? I play drums. Right, let me catch up. And Hunter says, also, how dare you change the strawberry banner? I'm sorry, Huntsman. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll bring the strawberry. We'll bring the strawberry theme back somehow. But you know what, guys? I felt like I needed a little call to action when people jump up channel. I need a little reminder for people to subscribe because so often YouTubers and streamers have the situation where people they join and they keep coming back, but they don't always subscribe. So if you're watching and you're enjoying the vibe, hit subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, but you'll get a notification stream and you can hop back on with us and join the positive energy in the chat. And by the way, guys, speaking of chat, big up to everybody that's bringing the energy. Unlike Podrick Ford, who says, are you gay? Now, Podrick Ford, I'm not gay, but if I was, that doesn't matter at all. But the fact you're asking that makes me think that you're being a hater, and we don't want haters on this channel. We want good vibes, good energy, and if you look in the chat, we've got people doing an awesome job of bringing that positive energy. So we've got WB here, Coco, Huntsman, Robin Likes Games, who says, I play clarinet. W. Robin, keep it up. Keep up music. Keep up with the hobbies. Make sure you don't let that stuff slip because when you get older, it's easy to let that stuff slip. And Faith Avila says, I subscribed, all in capitals. Faith Avila, you are a real one. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. And you know what? I think I'm nearly there, guys. I think I'm nearly there. Faith Aviles also says, your favourite YouTuber? Well, Faith, that is really nice of you to say. Honestly, for a little tiny streamer like me, kind comments like that mean a lot and give me motivation to keep going. So thank you so much, everybody who subscribes, who likes, who joins the journey, and just vibes along generally. And like I was telling the chat before, W, by the way, whoever hit the like button, 30 likes is a massive W. Well done, guys. We did that as a team. But like I was telling the chat before, we've got big things coming because I've just bought a new desk. I'm buying a new camera, a new desktop light, not a ring light, but it's like a panel. So we're buying a new light, and honestly, the production value, don't get me wrong, it's gonna be like Hollywood standard or like your top streamer standard, but it's gonna be better than me in poor quality lighting. So if you're here on the journey with me now, I really hope I can repay your interaction, your engagement, and your vibes that you're showing me on the next stream, but the streams that are coming soon. Let me catch up with some of the chat. Let me catch up. Robin says, did you see the edit I made? Sorry, it was a little trashy. I was tired. Robin, I'm going to be 100% real with you. I had so many notifications yesterday. I saw the one from you, but I did not watch the video. So thank you for reminding me, and I will check out that edit. I really appreciate you hopping off the stream and then back on because you were super quick with the edits. The least I can do, mate, is watch that, and I will watch it. So thank you for the reminder, Robin. All right, let me catch up with the chat. Mandy Jones, bless you, brother. Well, bless you, Mandy Jones. That's what I'm talking about. That's the energy we want on the chat, in the chat. So big up to you. Beyond with John says, he who counts as forgets the grain. He who shall measure the heart. I'm not entirely sure what that means, John, but it sounds like it comes from a good place. And John says, Beyond with John says, love seeing the channel. Well, John, I love the positive energy. Thank you so much for hopping the chat. I believe it's the first time I've seen you here. And like I always say to people, when people join the chat for the first time and they open with a positive comment or a, yo, what's up? It means a lot. It's nice than when you get some people that are like a hater and they just jump in with like, are you gay? Or are you a man or a woman? Because firstly, it's not even funny. It's not even funny banter. It's just being mean. And it makes it all the more satisfying when we get people like yourself who jump in and are just like, love seeing the channel. That's a W to John. Hell yeah. And W is for everybody that takes the time to like the stream or subscribe. We're back tomorrow. We're streaming 5 days of the week right now. So make sure you hit subscribe. There's a great little crew of people that hang out with us regularly. And it's only getting bigger, honestly, guys. It's a really good time at the moment. Beyond with John, being an ultra real one. So awesome. Thank you so much, John. And John also says, thanks, mods, for seeing the keep evil man safe on the stream. In 1 year, he's going to be a star. And you say, I've protected this man with blood, sweat, and tears. Or, John, I couldn't ask for better support than that in the comments. So this is the first time you've made, John, and you've made an impression on me. So thank you for joining the stream. Thank you for being positive. That's exactly the energy we're going for here. Exactly the energy we're going for around here. All right. Robin says, I feel like there should be more streams like these. People deserve to have a space to be them, no matter gender, political, or anything. Robin, 100%. I don't know if I think you hopped back on about 10 minutes ago, but earlier on in the stream, I was saying, I want the streams to be a place where no matter what you believe, what you look like, where you're from, who you are, this is a neutral space. So let's say, for example, your left wing or your right wing. I want this place to be a stream where we can all just find things in common, learn some facts, chill with one another, and just have a good time. That's honestly the stream. So, you know what it is? Like, honestly, if everyone's keeping it real in the chat, much appreciated, and you bring a lot of value. What else? Fizzer with Life says, Sir, I'm from, says it in quotation marks, which thinks it's a bot. Fizzer with Life says, Sir, I'm from Pakistan. I told you before that I need a small help, but you never reply. You come live only for your own benefit. And Fizzer with Life is now spanning that. And I don't think it's a very fair comment, Fizzer with Life, because I always try to provide as much positivity and support to people in the chat. And, you know, that's what it is, Fizzer with Life. So I don't think your comment is fair. And please don't keep spamming the same comment. In fact, I'm actually going to have to take action. Oh, actually, Abby, no, you've said that I've missed your stream, but I'm going to scroll up because it was a nice comment and it caught my eye, and of course I got distracted. So let me see what you said, Abby, because it was a nice comment and it feels. Here we go. So Abby said, being super nice, said, "I feel so good here, heard and seen. Thank you for being kind, Edward. I appreciate it." Abby, right back at you. Thank you so much, because the reason you feel heard, safe, and seen is partly because I'm trying to keep the chat that way and keep the vibes that way, but partly because people like yourself are bringing that energy. So if it wasn't for people like you, Abby, it'd be a lot more difficult. It'd be a lot more difficult to have that type of energy around here. So I'm glad, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, that you feel good, because that means that we're doing our job. We're keeping you feeling good. And for real, guys, this is your free time. This is my free time. If we're doing it together, I want you to have a lot of fun, just like I'm having a lot of fun. So big up to Avi, W, everyone, bringing the vibes in the chat. Zeke, no, let me spell that again. Zeke Weenink. I'll say your name, Zeke. Zeke Weenink says, "Do you support a football team, and how's your day been?" Well, firstly, yes, I do. I support Everton. Thank you for inquiring. It's a struggle supporting Everton. There's not many trophies, but they're a good, solid team. And as for how my day's been, it's been solid. Thank you very much for asking. I was looking forward to streaming with you guys because it's actually one of the highlight day. For real, like I really enjoy streaming with you guys, which is why I especially love it when people get involved. They like the stream. Someone just hit the like button just as I said that. So thank you so much, whoever just did that. You're a real one. But yeah, as I say, when I'm streaming and people are getting involved, they're getting chatty in the chat, they're throwing up emojis, they're subscribing, it all really helps and gives me motivation as a tiny little streamer. So if that's you, W to you. And Zeke says, "No, really? You supporting?" Oh, and Zeke supports Liverpool. Zeke, no! You know what though, Zeke? We don't need to fall out over it, because I'm that type of football supporter. I'm going to back my team, but I'm not a hater. So if Liverpool do well, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to celebrate that, but I'm not a hater, so worry not. Abby says, W Edward, W Mods, W Chat. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace and love. Cheers. Cheers to you, Abby. May the chat be filled up with many, many Abbies, because you always bring a super nice energy. For real, guys, it makes it fun for me. It makes it nice for you guys. So W Abby, look forward to seeing you on another stream soon. Speaking of soon, we are back tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time. So if you've not hit subscribe, make sure you hit subscribe, everybody, because the chat is getting lit. And honestly, every time we do these streams, there's more regulars. The chat's a little bit more busy. It's a little more fun every single time. So big up to everybody that's joining. All right, then. We're getting there. Withered Boy earlier on said, "Me and others, hello, please can I have mod? Haters, give me mod now." Be for real. Like, you know what? I love when people want to get involved and they're like, "Yo, can I be a mod?" Or, "Edward, please can I be a mod?" And that's super nice that people want to help and get involved. But I just find it weird when occasionally people will jump in the chat for the first time, they've never been here before, and they just let you jump in and say, "Give me mod." I find that so strange. All right, let me catch up with the comments. Says, "My kids watch Teletubbies sometimes. You kind of look like the son from the show. Good vibes in here." For a second, I read that and I thought you were going to say that I look like one of the Teletubbies. And I was like, oh no, do I really? But the sun, I will take that. There are worse things to look like than the sun. So thank you for sharing that, John. And good that your kids like Teletubbies as well, because I watched Teletubbies when I was a kid, and that was some years ago. Lauren Zerkova says, "I support Middlesbrough." Thank you for sharing, Lauren. Eva says, "I got to go, Edward. I really want my basket for my cousin to be top notch. I love my cousin so much." Well, you know what, Eva? Give it your best shot. And just remember, your cousin will know that you love them, and it's the thought that counts. So don't stress too much. And Zeke says, "Oh, by the way, your stream is a bit glitchy. I don't know how it's for the people." Yeah, Zeke, for real, my stream is poor quality. Internet is lagging, and I blame my internet providers for that. But worry not, guys. We're leveling up soon. Soon, there's going to be the desktop streams, and I've actually got my router through in the other room. I plug the laptop straight into it, and like I said, I'm going to buy a new laptop. I think with a better graphics card, so that again, the stream quality should be better. The internet's going to be better. We're going to have a desk with some real lighting. So if you guys have been enjoying the journey so far, I appreciate you rocking with me and bearing with when the stream is laggy and glitchy. As always, make sure you subscribe because we're back. We'll be back 5 days of the week. And if you hit subscribe, it makes it even easier for you to find the stream. So make sure you subscribe. So yeah, and let me go back to Robin's comment who says, "You've missed my comment." Oh, okay, nice. That was a good comment, Robin. Robin says, "W Simpson's hoodie. I'm wearing a Bart shirt from Pisa." Nice. W to the Bart shirt as well. Big up to you, Robin. All right, let me catch up with some of the newer comments. Cool. What's up to you, Rob? And Rob on the Depression Talk channel is up in the building. Says, "Good evening." Good evening to you, Rob. Thank you so much for joining. If anybody that doesn't know, is commenting under the Depression Talk channel, which does some really good work of destigmatizing mental health problems or mental health situations, shall we say, like anxiety, depression. And Rob's been, I hope he doesn't mind me saying, he's been open about the fact that he's been going through some stuff. And like I say, I've told you that's part of the reason why I stream is because it gives me an opportunity to put myself in a positive headspace because I struggle with, depression and things like that as well. So if you've not gone to check out his channel, make sure you do because he's doing some great work over there. Icy Furfur. Hi, what's up, Icy Furfur? Nice to see you in the chat. Coco says you missed my comment. Coco, I'm going to do my best to find it. Sometimes, Coco, I may miss your comment. I think I've read about 10 of your comments out now, so I'm going to do my best to keep reading them out, but sometimes I may miss one or two. Okay, so Coco's comment was, "My favourite game is Spider-Man. PS1. Oh no, Spider-Man 1 for PS4. That makes sense. Spider-Man for PS1, that's going to be some super old school graphics. And Icy Furfur says, "Are you in a positive headspace today?" You know what? The honest answer is I wasn't feeling too positive before. That's the real answer. But like I've told you guys before, when I join the streams, it's an opportunity for me to be positive. It puts my head in that positive space because I want to be the positive. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever heard the expression, "Be the energy you want to see in the world"? It sounds a little bit cringe, but it's so true. And so when I do these streams, I like the idea that if I was just flicking through lives or whatever, and I found someone that's being chill and trying to be friendly and nice, I'd rate that. And so that's the type of energy I'm trying to put out there. And you guys always do an amazing job of showing me that energy back and bringing the positive vibes in the chat. And I really appreciate that. So for everybody that gets chatty in the chat, that says hello, that throws up emojis, or just hits the like button, maybe subscribes, it all counts and it all helps. So big up to you all. And Zeke says, "I honestly love streams like this. They are good for the YouTube community." Thank you, Zeke. Again, literally every little comment like that is like fuel for the fire for me because it makes me think, yeah, you know what? There are people like myself who want to feel the positive energy, in a world full of suffering and difficult experiences. If we can come together and vibe as one, or, you know what I'm saying, like in a room together and just hang out and chill, I feel like it's a good time. And I could be wrong, everybody, but I do honestly feel like after a lot of some of the content out there, who it's a lot of like rage baiting stuff or maybe nasty pranks or being mean. I feel like that gets views. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like people they want some good stuff, and I want to be part of that positive wave of bringing genuine positive energy to the space. So thank you, Zeke. I really really appreciate you saying that. And Zeke also says, "Do you have any pets?" "I have a sausage dog cross terrier. His name's Tucker." Well, thanks for sharing, Zeke. I've never heard of a should I say, a sausage dog crossed with a terrier. I can't actually imagine what that looks like, but maybe I'll have to Google that afterwards. But no, I have no pets. About 10 years ago, called Sam, but unfortunately he passed away. And after Sam passed away, it was too difficult for my family to get any more pets because we felt really sad when he left. So yeah, that's kind of where we're up to with the pets. And Icy Fur says, "That's right. Be the energy you want to see in the world. So stop saying you suffer from depression." Well, Icy Fur, if you want me to say I experience depression, I could say that. But depression is something that I go through and it does me suffering. So I feel like if I say that I, suffer with depression, I feel like that's a fair thing to say. Just like if someone says I suffer with cancer or I suffer with, and after all, depression is one of those conditions where it can lead to you losing your life. So it is a serious. So I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it glibly. What else is in the chat? I feel like I've missed some. No, maybe I'm there. Maybe I'm there, chat. Okay, I see Fur is telling me what to do. And Abby says, well, I say I'm rich every day. Where are my $1,000,000? People need to talk about it so they can get to the help they need. A conversation with someone can make you feel that you're not alone. Yeah, absolutely, Abby. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying like depression to like make it my personality or to affirm that I'm forever afflicted with depression, but I feel like I can't deny it. I feel like I got to be real. I got to keep it real with you guys. Like that. I don't want to be phony with you guys. And I feel like for people that have experienced depression, they do suffer with it. So I feel like framing it in that way is perfectly valid, in my opinion. Robin says, "Well, I'm gonna go to bed. Thanks for having another amazing stream, Edward. See you next time. See you next time, Robin. And thank you for being so friendly and upbeat in the chat. That's what we love to see. And have a good night's sleep. You said you're going to bed, so get a good night's sleep in, and we'll see you again soon." Zeke says, "I love your vibe so much. You're so real." Zeke says, "I love your vibe so much. You're so real." Zeke, I love your vibe, not just it, but like I was telling the chat before, when someone jumps in the chat and says, "Yo, what's up?" and they bring a bit of positive energy to the space, it means a lot. And I think, Zeke, this is your first time. And you know what? You've brought a great energy already, Zeke. Like, for real. You've jumped in. I think you said, like, hi. And the next thing you know, you're being nice to me. You're chilling with people in the chat. So, Zeke, big W to you. And Abby says, you can talk about it. You can also get help. Men's mental health is a real thing. And she says, you're more happens to you 100%, 100%. And I feel like it's important to talk about these things. Because again, like the more we talk about it, the more we destigmatize it, we're done. 100% got to be done. And you know what, guys? This has been an epic stream. And I reckon we do 2 more minutes. So if you guys got anything else you want to say in the chat, there's just a few chilling right now, holding it down. And I appreciate everybody that's here, being a real one, like me, like Zeke. Robin has just left. But for honestly, guys, I appreciate all of you because I'm so lucky to have people that jump in the chat and that bring nice energy. And speaking of out, Abby says, anyway, thanks, Edward. I'm out. Abby, that is timing because we're going to wrap this stream up. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. UK. I don't know. I had to think about that. I had to think about that for such a long time. But tomorrow we are back 8 p.m. UK time, and I hope you can join me. And what else have we got? Coco says, I hope depression turns into happiness. Oh, Coco, that's a lovely thing to say. And honestly, W to you because being supportive, kind, and just a genuinely nice person like that will take you a long way in life. So big up to you. And Zeke also says, by the way, my dog is the one in my profile pic. But Zeke also says the audio of the stream is cut out for me. Well, that is an L for me. W for the dog in the profile pic. Oh, I can see. Yeah, thanks for sharing, Zeke. That is cool to know. Hopefully you guys can hear me because we're about to end this stream. I don't know whether you can or not. In any case, I'm going to be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time. I hope you can join me. Thank you to everybody that's joined the stream. You make this a lot of fun. I really, really appreciate you. I don't know whether you can hear me or not. Coco's saying bye. So hopefully, yes, Zeke can hear me. The audio is back. Coco's saying bye. Zeke, I'm saying goodbye to you. I'll see you on another stream. Peace and love, and I'll see you time. Bye, everyone.